We wouldn't be here if not for them. Oh no, I have more pressure.
No.
Who's watching?
No, just recording.
If not for the fact that our Avosenu were chayt in the midbar, then we would not be here today. Right? What does he have in the thing? And it's
corrupted your deed.
So it's not part of the pasuk. This is an explanation. This is.
He says that if they would have been the ego, they would have been like Malach.
Right. That's what Rashi says. That's how Rashi explains it. Right. So you're like Malachim. Malachim is not a madriga for. I mean, it's a completely different madriga for having kids. This is the Havim so far in the Gemara. That like Rashi explains it. So like now in such a madriga that they're like Malachim, and we wouldn't be here if they wouldn't have been chayta. And it says that Achen ka'adam t'musim. Lememra the loy chatu layavi malde. We were saying we wouldn't be born if we wouldn't have had a chayt midbar. I have a tzilatem pruavu. We have a mitzvah pruavu. How could it be that would end by Har Sinai? That's it, right? So that if it's more Ad Sinai, that whole pruavu is only until Har Sinai. Like Gemara, Sinai Namik said, he said that right by Har Sinai, Hashem gave a tzibur everybody to go after they got a Torah, go back home. What does that mean? Pretty much to go to have kids. After the Gemara, it doesn't mean have kids. It's just l'simchas aina. I have a ksiv l'man yita l'hem l'vnein. Right, we have a tzibur that to basically do things to make things good for your children, which means you have to have children. It's only the children that you had then. I was Adam Rishon the reaction of Sefer that we're discussing. That's the Gemara Melamed earlier comes Baruch Adam Rishon Dar Darsha Dar Chacham Dar even Shigila Darsha Vakila Sameach Bekirasa. Hashem showed Adam every generation. Showed him what the all the Chacham of the Darsha of the Parnasa of all the leaders, and when the Parsha says that when Adam got to Rekiva, he was happy with all the Torah they learned, but he was sad about how he died. Amar Bali Ma Yurecha. It's Adam was upset. Sorry. Amar Yaisi. Ein ben David ba ad sheyachlu mishamash beguf. When David Mashiach is not going to come until all the nishamas are taken out of this section of Shemayim. It's called guf. It means we need to have more. The more children that are born, the closer we get to Mashiach. So, and the Gemara, we don't learn our Shlakish meant that we wouldn't be here, we wouldn't come to the world. That we would be like Rashi, that they would be such they'd be living forever. Right? Rashi says, right? The Zarah Midbar, they would have been on such madriga, they would not have died. And we would be like nothing compared to that.
It's Das.
So saying that they were on this madriga by Har Sinai, this Mikabel Torah would have been, that was
back like
we're gonna say if they didn't, that they would have died. I have Parsha Yavamas, Parsha Nachlas, that we have parshas that are negaya only to people who die. to death, right? To the Gemara, Al Tanai. These there's bears. That's the Parsha, right? The whole Parsha is only if they would have done a bear. It's not always negated. Right? Very Gemara Miksiv, Al Tanai. Is there such a thing? Gemara in. Talking from Shimshon Lakish, Shmailach Sivi, Eri, Baiki, Yamashishi. Lami Chesne Kadosh Baruch Hu in Ma'aser Bereishis, but Omar the Kalm Yisrael Zera Muta in Lav Asher Lechem Lutayu Yivayu. Hashem made a Tanai. If you don't do the mitzvahs, then the world is going to be destroyed completely. So at this point, we're saying that we're still believing that the wind have died. They wouldn't have died, and the whole this Parsha in Torah would have been only al b'tanai. Gemara Meisvei V'Yitain V'Levavim Zelhem Levatal Mehem Malchamobus Yevsher. We can't. Hashem is saying that we can't Levatal Malchamobus Shekfar Nixer Zera. Right? We already had, like Yoir was saying, but there's such a thing as Malchamobus. We have a Zera of Nisa. All like Kibli Yisrael as Torah. Allah Kibli Yisrael as Torah. Ella Kadeshiloi. Hey, Lash Shlitzman. So it's just Lash double negative here. Loi Kibli Yisrael. The reason why Yisrael were Makabel Torah was Ella Kadeshiloi to hey Lash Shlitzman. They did not want anybody to be shaded over them, any other ummah to be shaded on them. That's the reason why the Yidden Kabbalah Torah. So we see that there is such thing as we see there's Nisa. Sorry? Children. So there's Nisa. We need, in order to keep our whole story going, we need that. If we're saying that they wouldn't have died, the children, we already moved on to the children thing. Right? They wouldn't have died, and male, we wouldn't have been like nothing. Right? So we see that there is such a thing as Nisa. It's like Gemara, Hudamar Shlakish. He said, Hudamar ki haitana the Tanya Yesi Aimer like Kibli Yisrael Zayra Elakadesh like Malcolm of his Shalit to him. Shinamar Ani Marti Kim Atem Ve'elim Kuchen Kabatem Asechem. Yoisi, there's a counter of Yoisi who says that the Yidden only Makabel Torah, so they shouldn't have Nisa. That is why that's what Rish Lakish was. This is who Shatish holds. Rabbi Yoisi Nami Yaksiv on Yitam Lem name Ad Olam. So I see Rabbi Yoisi. We just said this Bryce Rabbi Yoisi that supports Rish Lakish says that they only Kabbalah Torah, so they wouldn't have Misa. It says Man Yitam Lem name Ad Olam. The Torah he dahavi Hamisa Ikra. So it says Mayita is only saying there's a taiva. We're gonna have a taiva, but there's still gonna be. Doesn't say that it's not gonna be Misa. Misa Ikra. And change gears here. Keep it like a Misa in the taiva of the zoo. Sorry, back to the Gemara. So Taiva Hudahavi, there's only a Taiva that we have. We don't. The pasuk doesn't say that there's no Misa. He answers, "Kiven leka Misa and Taiva." Yeah, that is shot in the Taiva. It's that there's no Misa. We see that there is. You see that there doesn't Musa. I need this over after the Gemara. My Nisa and Niyas. Sorry, we're going so fast. We only 15 minutes. Truncated, huge dot. So my Nisa and Niyas. What is Nisa that we're referring to? Is Aniyas. Mar Ara Shulin Mason Elohim Ani Tzuma Mitzayra Mish in Leban. Ani is Chashav Kimes. Suma is Chashav Kimes. Mitzayra and somebody who doesn't have children. Ani the Chsiv Kimes Kol Anashim says And the Gemara says, "Man ninu that's avira." They're still around, so we're saying basic nation. Elish Yardim the same, but we took them out of they became poor in the middle. They were chash kameis. We also know the from the Torah Eliphaz right? It said that when he stole money from Yaakov. I don't know why the Gemara doesn't bring that one down. And Sumo the Chsib Machshakim Shirenu make Meis Leilam. The Torah the Chsib Amat Hikmeis. Shein Leibanim the Chsib Havel Leibanim Bim Ayin Misa. This is Rachel said, give me children, if not, then I am like I'm dead. Tanarbanan. In the Chukaisa today, so in the Chukaisa, in him, Elashin Tachnunim. Hashem wants us to do the mitzvahs. So Teinu Aimer, Lu Ami Shaneli, Kimat Avea Machnia. Aimer, Lu Kshat Mitzai, He Kanar Shlemecha, He Kachal Zeracha Mitzai Mecha. Hashem wants us to do the mitzvahs and be able to get the benefits from doing mitzvahs. So this is in Devarim. Moshe is giving Musar to Bnei Yisrael. He says, "You guys are kafui tova. You're not giving, not just not giving thank you to Hashem. You be kafui tova." Bnei kafui tova. Shosha Amar Kadosh Baruch Hu Yisrael meeting by Levavam Zelahem. Haylahem Loimar Ten Atoh. He should have said when Hashem said Bi'itain by Levavam, they should have answered Ten Atoh. You're the one who gives it. Kafui tova. What does it mean? What do we mean when we just said there that Moshe references them as kafui tova? The Siv and Avshinu Kata, the Lechem HaKleikal. That we just said it's the Parsha. That they complained. We just said this last that they complained about the mun. Rashi catches Lechem HaKleikal as foul. It was Hashem did it as a favor. The problem was if they would have had food that digested, and they would have had to go to the bathroom. They would have had to go. It would have been a big deal. Hashem did it as a favor. Hashem, see this food that was this light food that was Zivla b'chol Korean. It was absorbed into their bodies and gets the chut. So it was a favor of Hashem gave, and they complained. Right, the city and then the Bnei Kafui Tova. What does that mean? The Bnei Kafui Tova? The city of Isha should also be in the Sati Madi. Other Risha is complaining when they ate from the das. What does Adam say to Hashem? Oh, you gave me this woman. He start almost blaming it on Hashem. Like, Hashem, you gave me this woman, and that's why I was going there. He was leaving it 8. So Moshe Rabbeinu, and Moshe only mentioned this. He was angry on this after 40 years. So it's actually Rashi and Taisus in this. Rashi learns this Parsha that Moshe. Oh, on the next couple words here, which we'll explain it. Right, and somebody doesn't really understand the words of his Rebbe until after 40 years. Doesn't copy it. Rashi learns this Parsha that Moshe didn't. This question. Taisus asks, how is that possible that Moshe didn't know this? Why is Moshe getting upset at Bnei Yisrael for not knowing this? It doesn't make sense. For Taisus, he answers one shot and he rebrings another shot that Moshe wasn't makbid on them until after 40 years. He thought until he realized that they're only doing this because of their being kafui tova. Ayin Taisus. I'm doing fine. Okay, we're getting there. Okay, now I can breathe a little bit. Sorry. Let me see. That was because you didn't, a couple reasons too. Them chatting Rashi. Yeah. Oh, listen. Rabbi Benoah. My say Ashrechem Zeri Al Kol Mayim Mishalki Regel Asher B'Chamor Ashrechem Yisrael. So what does it mean? This pasuk we all know the pasuk actually. Mishalki Regel Asher B'Chamor. We know the pasuk from Baba Kama. From that's how we learn Regel. But we learn from this pasuk. There's a from Regel. No, Ashrechem Yisrael B'Shmat Shaitzki B'Torah with Yos Sadim Yitzram Matzav Yadam. When somebody is learning Torah, he's able to have a shlita over his yetzer. Yetzer doesn't have over him. Shnemar sheichem zeri al kol mayim. They ain't zriya el tzedakah. Shnemar Zarah yodam tzedakah. The question of the chesed. They ain't mayim el Torah. Shnemar hevi kol tzavim b'chamayim. Mishalchei regel asher b'chamor. So now back to this pasuk. Mashachar Hashem b'Kamar. Come to the though. Adam Yasam Adam Atzmai Adibri Torah Kishar La'ol Kamar L'Masai. Somebody should have his relationship with Torah should be the same relationship as a Chamar has with his oil, and has Chamar with his Messiah. Kishar with his oil. It lives with him. It's on him. This I don't know if it's because it's like a yoke on him. It's like I don't want the person, but this is the relationship the person should have with Torah. Okay, now back to what brought in back to the Mishnah. Where we said that there's 3 days before their Eideim, we're not allowed to do business with them because they're going to thank their Getchis. Do we need 3 days to prepare for do they need 3 days? Do they need 3 days to prepare? But nan ba'arba prakim shana amaycha behem lechaver tzadach le'idiyah. Ima mecharti lishchek, bita mecharti lishchek. There are 4 times of the year when one has to disclose that we just shechted the mother or the daughter, because there's an isser of shechting mother and daughter the same day. So there are 4 days of the year where you can assume that somebody needs it for that day, and you have to disclose that the av or the aim or the bas was shechted that day, so they would know not to buy that. These are the 4 days. The last day Rashi says it's very big. We gotta make there. This is the last day. We're assuming that that you're going to check it that same day. Erev Yom Tov Rishon Shel Pesach. Also, Erev Tzeres, Erev Rosh Hashanah. And also, there's a fifth one. Basically, the after Erev Yom Kippurim. Big goal. Why? There's he holds. There's famous mitzvah on Erev Kippur to eat, right? And so right, so that can be the 5th day. So back to Gemara, why do we need 3 days? We said that there's 1 day now. We need to write the having it 1 day. Why do we need 3 days? And the Gemara, just for eating it, 1 day is okay. For bringing it as a carbon, then 3 days. They need 3 days to prepare. Back to Gemara, you know what? We know Akrav, you need more time, right? But is 3 days enough for Akrav? We need 30 days. We need 30 days, right? That's why they only need 3 days. The Gemara, And there's a station about this. So we'd say either 30 days or 2 weeks, one or 3 days. So there's more. Anan the shchiche woman the muscle. People looking for ayin in the Tosiyim. We are very makbid on our carbonas, so we can't even bring in a carbon that has any mum, even a little something in their eye that passes it for a carbon. So we need to a lot of days of preparation. Inhu the Mechusar Aver is to the Vasiyim Isagi. Those are benign. The Mechusar Aver the Asr. They know ya. Siv. Call Kai. Call Basra. Klein. Call Amatera. Hobo Behema. Sheklein. Russia Avarim Shalom. Let's see how far we should go. This is so we need. Yeah, they made a good shine, right? Yeah. I think we'll stop here because we'll take a couple minutes on the fire. Everybody wants to